আজকের টপিক হচ্ছে মাইক্রোবস এন্ড এনজাইমস ইন বিভারেজ ইন্ডাস্ট্রি। ঠিক আছে, তাহলে the first thing we have to learn first that what is beverages. Beverages is a fluid which is particularly consumed for the drinking purpose. So, any beverages like tea, like cold drinks or milkshake, which we consume in the form of liquid, is called beverages. Now, in these aspects, a popular beverages are also there. We used to take tea or coffee as a main beverages in our daily life, but sometimes we take milkshake during hot days or dairy beverages, some synthetic drink like 7 Up, Fanta, etc., and alcohol beverages like beer, wine, vodka, gin, whiskey, rum, etc., are consumed and having a vast market of the beverage. So these beverages are classified as natural and synthetic beverages. So natural beverages includes mango shake and synthetic beverages includes maja. Carbonated and non-carbonated beverages means where NaHCO3 sodium bicarbonate is being added, like Coca-Cola, 7 Up, etc. And non-carbonated are having no carbon dioxide. Third one is the alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Fourth, hot and cold temperature beverages. And the fifth one is the stimulating and non-stimulating beverages. For example, stimulating beverages includes tea and coffee, as because the tea contains theine and the coffee contains caffeine, which stimulate the central nervous system. So we classify the beverages into the following categories. These categories includes synthetic, natural, carbonated, non-carbonated, alcoholic, non-alcoholic, hot and cold. And the last one is the stimulating and non-stimulating based on the physiological effect. Okay. Now, as you understood that beverages is a liquid, and within this liquid the main composition is the water, and within the human body composed of 70% weight of water. 70 water is within our system, 70%. 73% in our muscle, 25% in the bone and adipose tissue, and within the blood it is 80%. So, consumption of beverages helps in maintaining the water content in the body and prevent dehydration. Not only that, it also helps in kidney function by expelling urea, uric acid, ammonia, which is obtained through the metabolism, as well as it also helps in excretion and it also helps in assimilation as well as in digestion. Beverages are the essential for growth because certain physiological process will not run if the water is less within the body or within the cell. Beverages in within the water within the beverages helps in regulating the temperature of the body through the process of sweating, and it also sometimes supplies micronutrient like vitamins and minerals whenever these are naturally occurring beverages like fruit beverages or vegetable beverages. Certain beverages like tea and coffee which stimulate the nervous system, so it is a stimulating. For example, another beverages is there wine, alcoholic beverages, which is red wine is recommended for skin and healthy heart, as because it possesses some flavonoids. These flavonoids will help in acts as a antioxidant. Fermented beverages, for example, the beverages like lassi, which will improve the gut microflora, means intestinal microflora, which helps in maintaining the healthy status of the gastrointestinal health. So, in this slide, we have learned that the beverage which possesses 80% of water. So beverages are somehow supply the water, and it will help in varieties of bioprocesses or physiological processes. Like it, if it is obtained from the fruits or vegetable, then it will show a good source of vitamin and mineral as well as antioxidant. If it is obtained from the alcohol like wine, it will helps in restoration of healthy heart as well as skin texture. Now, the important beverage which having a good market value and a huge proportion of money is generated from the market through alcoholic beverages. Now, alcoholic beverages includes brandy. So, brandy is obtained from fruit juices and mainly grapes. And the alcohol content within the brandy is 35 to 60%. It is consumed in colder countries after dinner, and it is for the medicinal purpose. Rum, which is obtained from molasses, means আখের রস আর থেকে তৈরি করা হয়, that include 40 to 55% alcohol percentage, and it is dark color and quite popular in certain nation like West Indies. It would be aged for not less than 3 years. Gin, obtained from wheat and rye, and it having a extra addition of flavor, so it will be flavored like citrus, and it is containing 37 to 50% alcohol. whiskey, which is obtained from barley, rye, and corn malt, also having 40 to 55%. And within this, the Scotch whiskey is the most famous. Vodka, it is obtained from potatoes, most population of Russia in having the intake of white and flavored vodka in their meal. So if you look at the alcohol percentage, then you will get near about 30 to 60% is the alcohol content. So you should have a question regarding that this is being done by the fermentation, and fermentation is being carried out by a fungus, unicellular fungus, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae or Candida or Pichia, etc. Why these fungus are not dying at this alcohol content? Just it, I would answer it on later on, because they, whether they have the carrying capacity to tolerate this alcohol, or these are being, the alcohol are being concentrated. Means what are their products that are being concentrated. Now again I am telling that varieties of beverages are there, but why we have concentrated on the alcoholic beverages? Because microorganisms are there, it having a very popular industry, and our here heavy tax is being generated, and this is being done by a organism that is yeast, and yeast produces through anaerobic fermentation or through anaerobic respiration carbon dioxide and alcohol. So what is their source to produce the alcohol? It is the sugar in form of polysaccharide or disaccharide they consume and produce the alcohol and carbon dioxide. Now, is specific strains are there? Yes, for example, Saccharomyces cerevisiae is the genus and species. Both are used in bakery as well as in brewery. But in bakery, the capability is to produce ethanol is comparatively less. But in brewery, the capability of producing ethanol is comparatively high. As because in bakery, it requires to have a porous effect, but in case of brewery, it is the amount of alcohol which is important. Another thing here I want to disclose that whenever alcohol fermentation is required, it should be go through the anaerobic process. If you add the oxygen, then their number will be increased, but no production of ethanol will be there. Okay. Now, the alcohol having a good market, this market, the cost in the market is depend on what type of substrate we are using in the production of the alcohol. If it is a cheap substrate, then uh, the cost of the ethanol would be less. If we use some costly substrate, then automatically the amount would be higher. Other than the unicellular yeast, one bacteria is there, that is Gynomonas mobilis, which also produce alcohol. But here, the production of ethanol is very large in compared to Gynomonas mobilis in case of yeast. Here, the two process of wine making and beer making is being given in a flow diagram. Crushing and de-steaming of grapes. Now, after that, sulfiting is being done, pressing and maceration, a juice is being obtained, Saccharomyces cerevisiae is being applied on the juice, fermentation takes place, and then this fermentation product are being mixed with the Saccharomyces cerevisiae and allow them to die at the high concentration. And after that, filtration is being done to remove the Saccharomyces cerevisiae and wine is being produced. In case of beer, here addition of a fruit like hope is being added, which will create a bitter taste on the beer. Similarly, soaking and germination of barley, drying and milling, then malt, then milling, and adjust with the meshing. Meshing means make it a cream-like substance. Then hope is being added. After that, yeast are being added, and fermentation takes place. With fermentation, it will uh, require to wait for fermentation and yeast to obtain a certain value, and this is called aging or maturation. After that, no filtration is being done, means yeast are being consumed with the liquid. So yeast is a very good source of vitamin B12, certain protein, and certain micronutrient. So vitamin B complexes are being, we got it through the beer, and certain compounds, for example, which is a source of nutrient, are also present in beer. Yeast extract means yeast with vitamin B complex supply, micronutrient supply, and some protein supply. Now, regarding the beer, if you go into the market and ask for the beer in the shop, they will ask you whether you want lager beer or strong beer. This lager beer is being produced by a species of Saccharomyces, but not Cerevisiae. It is the Pastorianus. The fermentation is being done in a cylinder, and lager beer causing microorganisms sink deep into the uh, cylindrical portion within the cylinder, and the temperature is comparatively less, and their utilization is the maltotriose and some amount of mallebiose, and volatile sulfur compound is present by their fermentation, and they transport fructose by active transportation, and the concentration of alcohol generation is 5%. On the other hand, alley beer, here the microorganism resides within the cylindrical vat at the upper portion, and their temperature of fermentation is comparatively high, that is 20 to 25 degrees centigrade, and concentration of maximum growth is at the 37 degrees centigrade. It is very less efficient in maltotriose utilization, and is also uh, less efficient in mallebiose utilization. Sulfur compound, which creates a bad smell, is absent in the alley beer. On the other hand, a lager beer contains a sulfur, a volatile scent, flavor of the volatile sulfur compound. Another problem is that the sporulation capability of the Saccharomyces cerevisiae is high in case of alley beer, and it will produce 1 to 10%, but in lager beer it will not sporulate at that temperature, and moreover it will grow at a lower temperature. Third one is the sour beer. Sour beer is being produced by a different type of microorganisms, Brettanomyces bruxellensis. These will produce the sour beer. Sour beer means with the fermentation, alcohol are also produced with the lactic acid or any other acid. Okay, so what you got regarding the beer, beer is of three types: lager beer, alley beer, and sour beer. The lager beer is being produced by Saccharomyces pastorians. Uh, alley beer is being produced by Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and the sour beer, lambic beer, is being produced by Brettanomyces bruxellensis. Okay, now come into the wine. I previously told you the beer consists of yeast plus alcohol, but the wine, the dyed yeast part, not the whole yeast, is present. Moreover, this is being filtrated so that a large yeast would go out through the filtration. Now, there are two ways to produce the wine. Wine is always produced from the grapes. So, in case of beer, it is produced from the barley, and wine is produced from the grapes. So, what is costly? Grapes is costly. So, comparatively, the wine is more costlier than the beer. Now, traditional ways means at the during 80s, 1800 years, mostly it is being made by the microflora which is attached on the surface of the grape, that is Cloacaera and Hanseatic spora. Mainly these two unicellular fungus are involved in winemaking. Lesser amount Candida, Cryptococcus, Pichia, and Cluveromyces are present, and very low population Saccharomyces cerevisiae. But in modern days, these naturally occurring unicellular yeast is being replaced and is replaced with active dry yeast ADY of Saccharomyces cerevisiae strain. Occasionally, Candida stillantoma employed for flavor and aroma of the wine. So, wine uh, traditionally is being produced by some microflora which is attached with the fruit of grapes. But nowadays, all these microflora are removed and is being fermented with Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and sometimes it is the Candida which is present on the wine. Here the Candida add flavor and aroma. Now whiskey. Whiskey only uses Saccharomyces cerevisiae. but it is in the three form. It would be either in cake form, means pressed yeast, or dried yeast, or cream yeast. The Scotch whiskey, which is mostly a premium whiskey, which is costly whiskey, which uses creamy yeast, ADY means dried yeast, and cake yeast. But malt whiskey uses pressed yeast means cake yeast, and larger grain distilleries usually adopted the cream yeast. So in which form yeast are available? Without water, with water. Without water, it is the cream yeast, or in pressed form, it is a cake yeast, or without water, it is a dried yeast. And in case of rum, the starter culture is if we required higher alcohol and higher fatty acid but less ester, means lighter rum or comparatively heavier rum. These two rum are being produced by two different strains. Whenever ester is present, it will become heavier, and heavier rum is being produced by Cyjosaccharomyces combi, and lighter rum which is produced by the Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Okay. The brandy is another important gene. This gene vodka is also produced by the Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Now, in overall biological biochemical mechanism, you know, within the glycolysis, the end product is the pyruvate if it is oxygenated. Now, the pyruvate is converted to acetaldehyde and carbon dioxide. This is being done by an enzyme pyruvate decarboxylase, which removes carbon dioxide from the pyruvate. Pyruvate is a 3-carbon compound. From 3-carbon compound, by the release of a single carbon dioxide, it becomes 2-carbon compound and it is acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde in the next stage is reduced by a NADH, which is linked with an enzyme which is named as alcohol dehydrogenase. This alcohol dehydrogenase converts acetaldehyde into ethanol, means reduction is occurring. So, in case of ethanol production, two important enzymes are responsible. If you anyway inhibit the pyruvate decarboxylate as well as alcohol dehydrogenase, then the production of alcohol would not be taking place. So in that case, we must be very much accurate whether any pesticide or herbicide or fungicide which will inhibit the process of glycolysis should not be present on the fermentation tank, and this will hamper the production of ethyl alcohol production. Now, the range of production is the 10 to 18%, and you previously have seen that certain alcohol rum, gin, vodka, etc. consist of 30 to 60%. So how it would be possible? It would be possible to separate the yeast from the 10 to 80%. Then distillation is being done to concentrate this particular compound. Now, the 15% ethanol solution is being fractionally distilled to produce 90 to 98% in the ethanol solution. And this ethanol solution is uh, mostly used in the industry. So, sugar cane, for example, crushing and dissolving. Now, the aqueous sugar solution starts with sucrose. Yeast enzyme, that is invertase, converts the aqueous sugar solution into glucose. Yeast enzyme xylase converts into ethanol and carbon dioxide. After that, ethanol solution is being fractionally distilled, means it is being mixed with the water. Now, at the 70 degree centigrade, the ethanol will evaporate and the water will not evaporate. So, evaporation and cooling will ultimately separates the ethanol solution. I have previously told you in a ram, the raw material is being taken, that is molasses, sugarcane juice or cane syrup, then fermentation, then distillation, then aging, then mixing, means distillation will produce 95 to 100%, then aging to further concentrate, then mixing with water, and whenever we will go for that, there will be a production of esters. If esters are there, then it will be a heavy ram, and if ester is not there, then it is comparatively lighter ram. Now, in this, the classification of beverages, alcohol beverages is like that: fermented, brewed and fermented. You see, fermented means fermentation occurs 10 to 15%, then yeast will die, uh, uh, and then by filtration, the living portion is being separated, and the yeast, water and alcohol is there. That is wine, cider, and perry. The cider is being produced from, now wine is produced from grape, cedar is produced from apple, perry is produced from the pears. So based on the starting substrate, the name is different. Wine is being produced from the grapes, cedar is being produced from the apple, and perry from the pears. Now, previously I told you the beer is being produced from the malt, barley, uh, and barley, wheat, etc., and flavored with the hope, and it is fermented, plus it contains yeast. Here, the parts of the yeast may be present, but here, whole yeast is present. Okay, now after that, when fermentation has been taking place, already been taking place, then it is being distillation through distillation apparatus, means a temperature is being applied, and these will produce spirits or liquor. You got the spelling liquor. Now, another is the liqueries. If liquor is being sweetened and flavored by addition of something, then it is called liqueries. If spirits or liquor means distilled alcohol are flavored with juniper berries, then it is known as gin. Vodka is not at all being flavored, but it flavors like some grain. Brandy, which is obtained distillated product of fruits like that of wine, cedar, and perry, but it is distilled. Whiskey is made up from grain like that of uh, beer, but it is distilled. And liquor is the distilled plus sweetener added and flavor added. This is the classification. Now, in the beverage, certain enzymes are required. For example, cellulose. Because you know, in a fruit, the outer wall is made up of the fruit. The fruit outer wall is mostly made up of cellulose and pectin. Okay, so cellulase enzyme is required for the liquefaction of the fruit wall, and if the enzyme is obtained from Aspergillus niger or Trichoderma atroviridi. Now pectin, the second another important for depectinization. You similarly it is being obtained for Aspergillus oryza and Penicillium furicolosus. Now within the outer wall there is a starch. The starch is being broken down by alpha amylase, beta amylase, and pulolinase. These obtained from Bacillus aspergillus or Streptomyces as well as Penicillium funiculosum. The aminopeptidase is required for protein breakdown. This is being obtained from Lactobacillus brevis and Lactobacillus plantarum. The glucose oxidase, which is important for the oxygen removal from the beer, is obtained from Aspergillus niger. Beta glucanase, which restrict the haze formation, a thicker structure within the liquid, is obtained from Bacillus subtilis and Aspergillus species. Protease restrict hedge formation obtained from Aspergillus niger, and debittering in liquids naringinase, which is obtained from Aspergillus niger, and limonenase debittering is Aspergillus niger. So to remember this, you have to imagine a fruit. This fruit, for example, apple, the outer coat is made up of cellulose and pectin. So you have to remove that. So cellulase and pectinase is required. Now came into the inner side of the apple wall. It contains starch. It may contain some protein. It may contain some bittering agent. So this is being treated with alpha amylase, beta amylase, uh, pululanines. These three are being utilized for the particularly for the removal or breakdown of the starch. Next, certain amount of protein should be present there. So this is being treated with protease and aminopeptidase. The third one, after that, the fruit may be slightly bitter. This bitter ক্লাসটা নিয়ে নিয়ে তারপরে ফোন করছি ক্লাসটা নিয়ে নি তারপর ফোন করছি। ক্লাসটা নিয়ে নি তারপর ফোন করছি। The debattering is being done by naringenes and limonines. Okay, and whenever a liquefaction takes place, a dense coloration of particle will be observed. This dense coloration will be removed by beta glucanase and protease. And in yeast, in beer, yeast is present and yeast have to ferment. So anaerobic situation is required. This anaerobic situation is being created by addition of an enzyme which is a glucose oxidase that reacts with the substrate and produce using the oxygen produce H2O2. So this is also helps in clearing the haze as well as in removal of oxygen. Okay. তাহলে দেখ